So that's how much fun the actors and the calendar will have with me and my wife as you're looking at crazy worldwide fame for the Last of Us Days movie. You're looking at something fucking crazy, man. If you think, I told you, if you think Star Wars fans are crazy, for Zage looking at 3 times, you look at something worldwide, you're looking at international crazy fame. So wherever the actors go, they're going to be bombarded with fans, man. When me and my wife are, when Electro Tell happens, all of Switzerland will be gathered around cheering us on. The whole city will be cheering us on, man. It was something crazy. Like 50,000, 60,000 people. It was something crazy. It was something fucking crazy. And that's why you guys are gonna fucking cry and you're gonna feel like total shit because I'm not making any videos for zero. You got your fucking zero. Because you made me pay to be my wife, you're gonna pay by being left behind the band. That's how it works. Because you didn't allow me to have a free wife to myself when I deserve to have her free, and you get to have your freedom with your wife and your husband, then you know what? Once I'm king, you're not gonna be saved. You're gonna be left behind the band. You get your fucking deserve. Yeah, there you go. Hence why the lucky chosen, the Count, will fucking beg his ass off for me and White to resign him, as well as the lucky chosen actors, because Skysys is so much better than Hollywood. Because Hollywood's fucking cheap, obviously. Hollywood. I saw a documentary of Star Wars, and I saw how Hollywood gives them like one plate bullshit. They have like a big plate, and they give them like they serve them cheap food like potatoes and like pasta and that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood gives them like a one plate, like one big plate. Hollywood's fucking cheap, yeah. Hollywood's so fucking cheap, man. They probably lease like a few showers and have some cheap rinsing system. Hence the actors smell like shit on set, yeah. I've seen some interviews where actors say they work in a stinky, dirty environment. Yeah, because they don't have fucking proper hygiene system, man. Because Hollywood's fucking cheap. They have the actors, smell like balls all on set, which is fucking gross. They're dirty all the time. They get served one plate bullshit. There may be times when like a last day of filming they might order pizza or something like that, but the actors get paid. They get paid a lot of money, but they don't get spoiled. They get cheap experience. They get shitty food and all that stuff. They get shitty rusted trailers because Hollywood's cheap. They don't want to rent new trailers. Yeah, because Hollywood's fucking cheap. They get flown commercial. Yeah, because hence why the actors are gonna beg because they know even though I'm in Hollywood, I'm getting paid a lot of money. I'm gonna go back to sleeping in shade trailers. I'm gonna have the one plate bullshit, the cheap food. I'm gonna get served cheap food. I'm gonna get flown commercially. Yeah. Whereas for Sky Stores, Ivan flies us privately. He gives us a nice buffet with like hamburger sliders. You know what I'm saying? Nice crispy fries for 10. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice like thin pizza with garlic sauce, some nice rice, and a bunch of meat options, sweet meats with like salad and like ribs and like wings. All you can drink Coke and like Sprite. All you can drink milkshake and a kick-ass dessert with cheesecake, white cake, and like apple pie, blueberry, strawberry pie, apple crisp, and like chocolate cake and like ice cream. Yeah, a nice fucking menu, man. A nice luxury fucking menu. Hence why the actors are gonna beg because they don't want to be left behind mainly, but they also know that Hollywood's fucking cheap. That can't offer what Scotch is gonna offer because Hollywood's fucking cheap. They're not gonna give you Hollywood's not gonna give their actors lunch buffet. No way, man. They're gonna serve them cheap food, man. We're paying a lot of money. We're gonna serve you cheap food. If you wanna eat good food, pay with your own money. You know what I'm saying? Because Hollywood's fucking cheap. Yeah, right. The accountant will be responsible for punching in all the contracts. Again, I'll be putting in 600K into a super advanced online payment system with age deductions. The tax statements with a GPS system. Like, you ever see this amount of money? So, I'm not a fan of paying the actors and crewmen check. Hence, I'm going to hire an engineer and I'm going to put $600,000 into a super advanced payment system for the extras and for the crewmen, the actors, where the accountant punches in the actors and crewman's salary, and on a specific date, the money goes straight into his account, like a direct deposit. That way, the actors don't have to worry about their checks getting stolen, their checks getting lost. It's always important that you pay your actors online electronically. Don't pay them with check because they can lose your check and someone can steal that check. At the same time, I want to have a thing where it shows the statements, the age deductions, the taxes. That way the actors don't feel like they got ripped off. Because there's nothing worse than an actor in Hollywood working. He signs a contract and he looks at his check and the numbers will add up. Oh my god, like did they rip me off? Like did they rip me off by like a couple $1,000s? There's nothing worse than that. Hence why it's good to have a online payment system whereby it carefully goes over how much money has been deducted from the agent's 15% or 10%, whatever it is, how much how much tax deductions, right? It's very important. That way the actors know they didn't get ripped off. It's very important, right? Putting them onto a super advanced online payment system with age deductions and tax statements with a GPS system. Look at something top notch. You have received $150,000. Look at something top notch, I'm saying. That when the actors fly in, or the crewmen, and they sign the contracts in the office, the accountant punches in their contracts, and on a certain day the money goes directly into the actors and crewmen's account. The accountant will also be hard at work 5 days a week, making necessary business calls for this project, as well as looking at a shitload of resumes the first year, and making business calls 5 days a week the second year as well. So the first year, the accountant will be making business calls 5 days a week, looking at resumes. I'll only have my team look at resumes for the Last of Miscellaneous movie, whereas for the organization movie, I'll just have my team select a certain amount of candidates. They don't have to look at resumes anymore. Okay, select a certain amount of candidates who will be contracted for the organization movie for the crewmen. That way they don't have to look at resumes. So the first year, the accountant will be looking at resumes for Last of Miscellaneous project. The Pacific crew who are going to be flown to sign the contracts, the people who are receiving the actors, the head chefs, and all them, the accountant will be in the room keeping track of the budget and punching in their salaries, obviously. Yes, he's going to be giving me a monthly updates on how much money is getting burned the first year. The second year, he'll make business calls 5 days a week. He'll also be with me for the signings for the entire crew and actors, punching in all like 2,000, 1,500 crewmen and actors, punching in all their salaries, as well as giving my wife monthly updates on how much money is getting burned, as well as be hard at work in the office making business calls 5 days a week, as well as everyone else. I don't pay you $2 million for nothing, right? Right? Necessary business calls to the project, as well as looking at shoulder resumes the first year, and making business calls 5 days a week the second year as well as giving me and my wife monthly updates on how much money has been burned throughout the project, as a shitload of money will be burned throughout the years, or the 4 years of the Last of Us. Right? Yeah, making business calls 5 days a week, second year as well as giving my wife monthly updates on how much money has been burned throughout the project, as a shitload of money will be burned throughout the 4 years of Last of Us project. The third year, the accountant is the only one now being in Vancouver, keeping tabs on the budget, as well as making necessary business calls in the office, making calls for the 4 to 5 training actions, like the photography crew for the photo shoots, training photo shoots, and so forth. The beers for the once-on parties, and beer and liquor for the once-on parties for the table reads, as well as the once-a-month party, beer and liquor for the table reads, as well as the once-a-month parties. I'm gonna put you to work. Right. The fourth year, he'll be helping the four with producing duties, like keeping tabs with the budget, handling everything to do with business during production. It's a lot of stuff that you have to handle during productions, obviously. Keeping tabs with Amazon for the posters and 4K Blu-ray discs when they get released on Amazon. When the trailers get released, my 5 team will have to handle all that. So they have to let my 5 team responsible for letting the editors know, the special effects and editors know when to release the trailers. The web designer, let the web designer know when to upload the trailers. The volume 1 trailer, the volume 2, the volume 1 teaser trailer, the volume 1 extended trailer, and the volume 2 teaser trailer, the volume 2 extended trailer, the volume 3 teaser trailer, the volume 3 extended trailer. I want 6 trailers, teasers and extended trailers for 3 of the volumes. That will be featured on the website. So you have a section trailers. You click trailers, and then you get all the trailers featured on the website. The build excitement for the fans, and at the same time you have the ads, the weekly ads. They're going to be featured on the website every month, which is going to help draw the fans for your movie project. As I don't pay the photographers $200K for the fourth year for nothing, I'm going to push you to fucking work. I'm not going to pay you $200K and have you not take any pictures. No, I'm going to push you to fucking work. Every week I want different weekly ads on the website, and I want you also taking pictures for the Blu-ray case covers as well as the posters. You have to plan all that. I don't pay you for nothing. And the photographers are obviously going to work hard because a $200,000 paycheck is fucking nice. In Hollywood, they get like $90K for the whole project of the movie, $60K for the project of the movie. I'm paying them $350K for the 4 years, which is a nice fucking deal. You know what I'm saying? Right? Making calls for the fortified training attitudes like the photography equipment. I already said that, right? Yeah, so handling everything with business during production. Keeping tabs with Amazon for the posters and 4K Blu-ray discs when the trailer gets released. My fight team will have to handle all that. While the script developer will be with me doing the script developer, script developers. I might hire two perhaps. The script developer or script developers will be with me and will be with me doing the creative, like helping out with directing, helping me out with directing, the assistant director with directing. I don't pay too much for nothing, and as well as supervising scripts. You're my. I'm not gonna hire a script supervisor. You guys are gonna be my script supervisor, as I'm gonna put you to fucking work. I don't pay $2 for nothing. So you'll be supervising the script. At the same time, you're gonna be helping out with directing, because I don't pay you $2 for nothing, man. Or I can have one of them supervise the script and direct, and have another help the others handle business. But I'll most likely have two of them supervise the script. That way it's easier, and you have both of them helping out with directing. That way you get a better movie, right? So helping me out. So the script is the only one in the fourth year that will be doing the creative, like helping me out with directing and supervising the script, as I want my script developer supervising the script, considering he wrote it with me. The accountant will also get a nice buffet the fourth year, 3 beers, get to party it up at the last day of filming staff party, looking at a crazy staff party in the middle of nowhere. And the more exciting one, get featured at the red carpet event at the luxurious Birkenstock Hotel. Again, I show you that video in my secretary's video of how beautiful the luxury Birkenstock Hotel is. You're looking at top-notch luxury. You're looking at top-notch luxury hotel, man. It looks like top-notch, man. Right. Get the party off the last day of filming staff party. And the more exciting one, get featured at the red carpet event, the luxurious Birkenstock Hotel. Stay at one of the suites and party it up for 2 days at the party. Experience the worldwide amazing glory with Ivan and VJ, the wealth, as he'll be getting paid a nice rich $2 million a year salary. He'll be living a celebrity life with my wife, obviously. I told you, if you're getting paid $2 million a year salary, you can buy a $4 million house in Vancouver, a nice like 3.5, $4 million, even $5 million, even $6 million house you can afford. It's a bit more expensive, but you can afford to buy a nice $5 million house in Vancouver. Because Vancouver is a fucking expensive city to live in. A $400,000 house is considered like a shitty house in Vancouver. If you want to buy a nice house, you need to be fucking rich. So, paying him a $2 million a year salary, he'll be making $8 million for the 4 years. He can afford to buy a nice like $5 million house, man. A nice like beautiful house in Vancouver. Release a nice Porsche, a nice BMW, a nice portable Benz. He's living a nice life. He can feed his family, take his family on a nice vacation. I'm going to take my 6 or 17, whatever it is, on a nice 1-month vacation after each movie. But even after that, they can still go on a nice vacation with the money that I paid them. They can go on a nice vacation, stay at a nice place. A nice place. What I'll do is I'll have the 6 team or 17, whatever it is, I'll have them and their families go to the same location. You can have them stay at a nice top-notch suite resort. You can stay there for a month. It's a book for you for the whole entire 16 with their family. So you give them a nice perk. That way they appreciate you more. Hey, you guys work hard. Pick a country where you guys want to go. Pick a hotel, and the leftover money from the budget, I'll use that to pay for your 1-month vacation. So you can pay for their living for the resort, whatever it is. Their feeding. You can have them have a buffet system for the feeding. So the feeding and living is all taken care of, obviously, for the family. Not their personal stuff. They want to go buy their family clothes, so they have to pay with their own money, obviously. But the business costs will cover their living costs and their food costs for the hotel, like a buffet in a hotel or something like that. And hence why they're gonna baby once resign, as no company fucking does this. Yeah, there you go. Now I want you guys to get an idea how beautiful the Birch Hotel is. Birkenstock Hotel. That was frozen. I want you guys to get an idea how beautiful the Birkenstock Hotel is. They're going to be staying at one of the suites, man. Yeah, you guys see that? See that? No, that's an idea of what that's an idea of what that's one of the ideas. That's what the Birkenstock Hotel looks like. See those that nice room where people can go and relax. Well, you're looking at something like that for the Birkenstock Hotel. The actors and crewmen are going to be staying there this 2 days, man, at a luxury hotel. And then for the organization, we are renting one in Italy. It looks like something top notch for that. It's top notch. The Birkenstock Hotels is a top notch hotel, man. I'll show you more pictures. Here's another picture. That is one of the suites. Look at that. See that? The actors and crewmen are going to be staying in a place like this. The accountant's going to be staying in a nice place like this. That's the Birkenstock Hotel. I showed you that video. You're looking at something like that for the suites, man. That's how top notch the Birkenstock Hotel is. You're looking at something top notch. Right? They're going to be staying there for 2 days, man. And the luxury hotel party, the luxury hotel party will be featured there inside and out. So they can party it up inside and out with DJ, with the pool area. For the company, the hotel company will charge me a liability fee, probably like a $300,000 liability damage fee. But Skysis can easily cover the $300,000 liability, just in case of any. Here's $300,000, just in case of any damage. If something gets damaged, you take the check. Right, so $300,000, $300,000 liability insurance, damage insurance, just in case something gets damaged. So the only way they'll let me and the entire crew and actors party it up inside and out is if I give them a $300,000. I give them an insurance of damage, just in case something gets damaged. That's how top notch the hotel is, man. There's only top notch for that. Yeah, man. I showed you those pictures, right? Right. That's how top notch it is. Right? And hence why the accountant, and hence why the accountant will fucking beg his ass off for me when we sign him, as well as the actors. It's gonna be so bad that the actors won't even want to go to Hollywood. I don't want to go to Hollywood. I want to be with you. I don't want to go to Hollywood. Like, they know they're gonna have such careers, and even then they're gonna be like, Ivan, please, I don't want to go to Hollywood. I want to be with you. I had the best experience of my life. You know what I mean? Like, Hollywood's fucking cheap. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna get this in Hollywood. Like, yeah, Hollywood will pay me more money, but I'm never gonna get this experience ever in Hollywood. I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be the side attention. I want to be the main attention, like you and VJ. Right? They want to be part of the experience. Yeah, they're gonna fucking beg, man. I'm not kidding around, man. Like, you can think I'm crazy, but I guarantee you, I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you, once I sign the act as they experience that fame, and I ended off with Luxury Hotel Party. After they already got spoiled, I ended off with Luxury Hotel Party, and they experienced that fame. Once it's over, they're gonna beg me, Ivan, please, like, I want to work for you. I don't want to work anywhere else. I want to work for you and VJ. I don't want to work in Hollywood because Hollywood sucks the first guy. So yeah. Now my book last over Zanes, I'll briefly explain because I'm not gonna. I think I've repeated this many times now. Now my book last over Zanes, I'm going to keep on saying this. If you think Lord of the Rings was amazing, Harry Potter, Way of Kings, if you think those books were amazing, wait until you read my book, as it is literally the best story ever told. Yes, even better than J.R.R. Tolkien's amazing book. That's how good Zanes is. I keep telling you this. If you think Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Way of Kings, yeah, you're welcome. I'm promoting your book. And all those fantasy novels are good. Wait until you read Last of Zanes, as Last of Zanes is a better story than all those books. Yes, even better than J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. That's how good Last of Zanes is. Right? As a lot of youth book nerds think I'm crazy, but once you read Last of Us Names for yourselves, you will finally be like, yeah, Ivan's book, Last of Us Names, is better than Lord of the Rings. That's how good Last of Us Names is. It is so good that even guys or authors like J.K. Rowling, Brandon Sanderson, George R. R. Martin, they'll be inspired by my book because that is how good my book really is. They will be like, yeah, I even wrote a masterpiece better than Lord of the Rings. That is how good the book really is. I wouldn't be this cocky if it wasn't. So, I told you, once the whole world reads my book, my kick-ass novel, and after I pay this bullshit fee and I see my wife after so many years, and the whole world reads my book, and I experience that fame, all the popular authors around the world, like J.K. Rowling, Brandon Sanderson, George R. R. Martin, even those authors will be inspired by my book, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, like I wrote a masterpiece better than my book." That's how good. They'll be like, "I wrote a masterpiece better." Like guys like Peter Jackson, who directed Lord of the Rings, he'll be like, "Oh my god, Ivan wrote a masterpiece better than Lord of the Rings." If this book was turned into a movie and a lot of money's put into it, excuse me, if this book was turned into a movie and a lot of money was put into it, you're looking at a book. You're looking at a movie better than Lord of the Rings, a movie even better than Avengers, a movie even better than Star Wars, the original Star Wars. The original Star Wars movies were amazing, and yet Last of Us Names is a better story than the original Star Wars movies. If Last of Us Names was adapted to the big screen, you're looking at a better story than the original Star Wars movies. Better than the sequels, better than the prequels. That's how good Zayas is. Better than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings was amazing, and yet Last of Us Names will be better than Lord of the Rings. Avengers was amazing, and yet Last of Us Names will be better than Avengers. That's how good Zayas is. Yeah, man, that's how good Last of Us Names is. I'm telling you right now, you think I'm crazy right now, but once you read the book for yourself, you'll finally see what I mean. Oh my god, like Ivan's book is better than all these Lord of the Rings, better than God Fantasy himself, J.R. Tolkien's book. Lord of the Rings, that's how good Zayas is. That's what Zayas is. Right? But not only will Last of Us Names be the best book ever written, if adapted, it will also be the best movie ever made, better than even the original Star Wars movies, Avengers, all the Avengers movies, and Lord of the Rings. That's how good it'll be. As if done right, and a lot of money will put into it, you're looking at an unheard of world building for the North and the South lands, unheard of action sequences, an amazing soundtrack like hiring Hans Zimmer, and the most horrific, as Airtel will be the devil himself on the base. Let me show you an idea of what I'm talking about. I told you, Last of Us Names, if done right, if 350 million were put into my movie, you're looking at a flop. You have Airtel as a wolf on four legs, or as a werewolf, as a cheesy PG-13 wolf. You have too much CG in your world building. Your action sequences aren't as good. The movie won't do justice. You're looking at a flop. As for Zane's, you need to put like 900 million plus into it. You can't make Zane's 350 million. It won't work. You need to put like 900 million plus into it to pay your act to hire Hollywood actors and pay them a lot of money. That way you get honor of acting from them. Hire the best crew and pay them a lot of money. Hence why you need a big $400+ million salary budget, and have a lot of money into CGI, through $340 million into special effects, a good 30-40 million into set building, physical effects, as well as your extras, as well as your corpses and weapons. That way, you make the best movie possible. You have Airtime. To do justice, you have to have Airtime be the devil himself. You have to have unheard of world building with way less CGI and a natural feel to it. That way, you get better world building. Because I'm not a fan of too much CGI. You need to have a lot of CGI to make your world look more amazing, obviously. That's why I'm putting a lot of money towards CGI, as well as your special effects for your action sequences, as well as the horror of the wolves. Right? I'm gonna keep showing you that Pennywise the clown picture. You guys need to. I'm gonna give you an idea of how scary Earth really is, man. You're looking at the devil himself, man. If you imagine telling the concept artist, I want Airtech to look something like Pennywise the clown, except 3 times scarier than Pennywise the clown. I want Ephesus to look 3 times scarier than the boss orc in Lord of the Rings. You're looking at what? The devil himself, man. Let me show you this picture again. Imagine something 3 times scarier than this. That's why I have to hire a psychologist, because you're looking at something fucking scary, man. Look at that. You're looking at the devil. Imagine a wolf 3 times. Imagine a wolf with human appearance like Pennywise the clown, who's big, who's a badass fighter, and he feasts on human flesh. You know what I'm saying? He's a king of the South. Yeah, man. You're looking at the devil himself. That's how scary Artet is, man. You're looking at the devil himself. Yeah. That's how scary Artet is. Hey, you're looking at something so scary. Let me show you another picture. Imagine the wolf 3 times scarier than this. You see that? You're looking at the devil himself. Yeah, there you go. Fucking devil himself. I'm gonna tell the concert artist I want Aratat 3 times scarier than Pennywise the Clown. And I want Ephesus to be 3 times scarier than that boss orc. Than that boss orc in Lord of the Rings. Tell them that, and they're gonna create. They start drawing, and you're like, holy shit, that's fucking scary. And then once the actors come in, I'm gonna show the concert artists, and they're all gonna be like fucking terrible. Oh my god, that's fucking freaky, Ivan. Yeah, that's so crazy. And hence why I'm not selling my rights to Hollywood companies. I know they're gonna ruin my movie. I don't want anyone touching my Last of Us story. And that's why I'm not selling my rights to a Hollywood company, as I don't want to be in Hollywood, because Hollywood is. I do not want to be part of that system, man. I do not want to work in Hollywood. Period. Yeah, there you go. Take a good look at what happened to my wife, and that's how I know I do not want to work in Hollywood, man. Hollywood is not for me, man. Not for me, man. Right? Right? You're looking at unheard of world building for the North and the South lands, unheard of action sequences, an amazing soundtrack like hiring Hans Zimmer. I'm gonna hire Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer will cost me a good like 2.7 million around there. I'll be willing to pay him a lot of money. That way he composes a sick soundtrack for you. I'll hire like 2 singers to sing. So Hans Zimmer will compose the beats, and I'll hire 2 singers to sing. You can even hire people for beats if you want to, for the song, for the music, for the singers. Right? Like hiring Hans Zimmer himself, and the movie will be the most horrific, as Ertel will be the devil himself on the big screen. That's how scary he'll be. And hence why Last Hope for Zayas will be one of, if not the best movie ever made. And hence why you're looking at crazy buzz for the much crazier than Star Wars itself, as Star Wars has crazy, crazy fans all around the world. That's how amazing of a movie Last Hope for Zayas will be. And you're looking at an hour. This video will be shorter, probably an hour and 30. And then one more part I'll be done. Because there's not that much talk for the legal advisor. Right? It will be so amazing, my book, that it wouldn't surprise me that some Hollywood companies will even try and purchase the rights off my book. That's how good it is. But like I said before, for a movie like Last of Us Zanus, even a $350 million budget, which is considered huge in Hollywood, will not cut it. As for a movie like Zanus, if that much money will put into it, you're looking at a flop. If you don't have amazing world building and depth, have Airtap be a cheesy PG-13 wolf on 4 legs or looking like a werewolf, you're looking at a flop. If you have Airtap on a wolf on 4 legs or a werewolf figure, you're looking at a flop. As Airtap is a master wolf, he is a wolf with human appearance like Pennywise the Clown, and that is what I want him to look like, and hence why I don't want anyone touching Mouse of Zane. So I'm gonna keep saying this. If I were to sell my rights to Hollywood company and they put $350 million towards Zanus, it wouldn't cut it because the world building wouldn't be as good. It would be too CG, too much CG, which would make the world look too computery. Because Hollywood is all CG, right? They would guarantee they would have Airtap be some PG-13 wolf on 4 legs or like having like a werewolf. The movie wouldn't be as scary, hence it wouldn't do justice to the story. The action scenes wouldn't be as good, and hence the movie would be a flop, and hence why I don't want anyone touching my Last of Us Zane story. Period. I don't want anyone touching my Last of Us Zane story, as it's such a unique story, I don't want anyone touching that. Yeah, there you go. And hence why I'm not summarizing a Hollywood company. Right? And hence why I don't want anyone touching my Last of Us Zane story, as I know what is best for my movie, as it'll be rated R, movie. Zanus is meant to be rated R. It's a rated R movie. There's sex in it, gore, horror, all that stuff. It's a rated R movie, not for children, to do justice for the story. So to do justice for the story, you have to have Zanus a rated R movie, not for children, to do justice for the story. Not some PG-13 movie with a cheesy wolf on 4 legs. No. That is how good of a story Last of Us Zanus is. It is all... Right. That's how good the Last of Us Zanus story is. as all the studio execs in Hollywood will all be shocked with my story when they read it, and want to so badly get their hands on my story. That's how good it is. In other words, once all the studio execs in Hollywood read my book, they're gonna be so shocked with my story that they're all gonna want to get their hands on this story. All the directors are gonna want to get their hands on my story. Oh my god, I wish I could direct this movie. I wish Ivan can sell his rights for his book, and I can get my hands on the story and direct it. That's how crazy of a book it is. It's such a good book that all the directors in Hollywood will all want to get their hands on my story. They're all going to want to direct it. All the studio execs in Hollywood will all want to get their hands on my story because it's a story. It's a story. It's a very unique story. It's a story like no other. It's the best story ever told. Yeah, there you go. That's how good Zanus is, right? It will be so good that the lucky chosen Hollywood actors will be so excited to be part of this movie. Like, man, I get to be a part of this amazing story. It will be so bad that all the Hollywood actors will envy the lucky chosen actors chosen for Zanus. Like, man, I want to be in this movie. I want to be part of that journey, and fight the devil wolves, the most horrific beings in movie history, alongside Ivan, and experience the horror alongside Victoria Justice. That's how crazy it will be with the buzz for the book sales, and especially the movie sales itself. And hence why I'll keep on saying this. The lucky chosen actors are fucking lucky, as they'll get to experience the amazing glory alongside Ivan and Victoria Justice. I'm gonna keep saying this. It's gonna be so crazy, the buzz for Zayn. All those Hollywood actors, once they read the book, the lucky chosen actors that are chosen, the Hollywood actors are gonna envy them so much. Like, man, I wish I could be a part of this story and fight the devil wolves alongside Ivan. That's how envious these actors are gonna be of these Hollywood actors chosen. And that's how bad it's gonna be with the actors in the studio. They're all gonna be like, oh my god, like, you're so fucking lucky. You get to be part of this story. You get to fight alongside a demon with devil wolves. You get to be a part of this $9-7 million budget movie, bigger than all these Hollywood movies. That's how crazy of a budget looking at for Zanus, man. It looks something crazy. And that's why those actors are. And for Zanus looking at the craziest buzz of all my movies. All my movies will have crazy, crazy buzz, but Zanus will have the strongest buzz because it's my first movie, and it's such a unique story. Me and my wife and the actors are going to be fighting devil wolves. Well, me and the men are fighting devil wolves, and the women are going to be experiencing the horror of the devil wolves with my wife. You're looking at something crazy. You're looking at crazy, crazy fucking buzz. Show my camera up here.